a world that constantly reminds us of how hard everything is, especially as a single parent, I'm changing it up in this video and instead bringing you 4 different stories of inspirational single parents. There have been days, even weeks sometimes, where I feel pretty helpless and honestly, sometimes even pretty damn scared of the future. Something that I have often done to help uplift myself is read inspirational stories of people who have overcome hardship and who have succeeded after struggling. And today, we're doing just that, but single parent style. So here are 4 successful people who struggled as single parents, but through resilience, hustle, and determination, changed their lives and their children's lives.
I think it's not easy. And then being a single parent, I promise you I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. I wouldn't.
Before she was a Golden Globe winner, an Academy Award nominee, and a woman with her own empire, no pun intended, Taraji P Henson was a single mom. She became a single mom in the mid-90s when she left her high school sweetheart who became physically abusive shortly after their son was born. In 2003, her son's father was tragically murdered, robbing her son of the opportunity to ever have a real bond with his father, and placing even more of a burden on Taraji P Henson, although she was already a single mom at the time. She and her son had moved to Hollywood in the mid-90s after she graduated from Howard University so that she could work on her acting career. Taraji P Henson worked full-time at an office job in between casting calls while also taking care of her son. Her big break would finally come in 2001 with her role alongside Tyrese Gibson in the movie Baby Boy. Today, she has several accolades to her name, and in 2024, she was named by Time magazine one of the 100 most influential people. In her book, Around the Way Girl, a memoir, she credits being a young single mom to giving her the strength necessary to accomplish her dream. That is the miracle of single motherhood. Whatever you gain, whatever you earn, you give to your baby and you work triple hard to show your child, not anyone else, that moving forward, no matter how tiny the steps, is possible. This is a single mother's love. A single mom on welfare with the help of a wizard's wand became the world's first billionaire author. Yes, it's just a ruler, but we believe in magic on this channel. J.K. Rowling escaped a toxic marriage with her infant child and went straight into poverty. She did not even qualify for childcare assistance because according to the rules in the UK at that time, she didn't qualify because she was not mentally or emotionally unstable. Her sister worked full-time and was unable to watch her daughter, and her mom had sadly passed away. According to J.K. Rowling, she was as poor as you could possibly be in the UK without being homeless. She did have a small job at a church where she could take her daughter while she completed her tasks. In short, J.K. Rowling was by no means living a life of luxury when she wrote the book Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
But she wrote the book and then she became rich, right?
No. Harry Potter was rejected by 12 publishing houses before it was finally accepted. The series has sold over 400 million copies worldwide, and it is the most successful book series in history. Before he was a multi-millionaire with his rags to riches stories being depicted on the big screen by Will Smith, he was a homeless single father. If you have ever seen the movie The Pursuit of Happiness, you know that one of the most heartbreaking scenes in that movie is when he and his son sleep in a public restroom. And this was his reality. Gardner became a single dad after the mother of his son had returned with him and essentially abandoned her son, saying, "I can't do this anymore, it's your turn." He was burdened both with financial and emotional responsibility, which is something that a lot of single parents can relate to.
The hardest thing I had to do every day, childcare. And you think about that. When you've got young children, next to your rent or your mortgage, the biggest expense you got every month is what? Childcare. That was the hardest thing I had to do every day. And to leave my little boy with somebody I did not know and hope everything was okay. Man, that tore me to pieces every day.
Chris Gardner and his son were homeless for nearly a year before he was able to finally move them into their own home. After everything he went through with his son, he eventually opened his own brokerage firm in the late 80s and became a millionaire many times over. Another millionaire who has had their story depicted on the big Hollywood screen by a household name actress was a struggling single mother of 3 kids before obtaining success and improving her and her kids' lives. After divorcing her husband in the early 1990s, she struggled to find stable and consistent work to support herself and her 3 kids. She didn't have a college degree, she lacked professional experience, had a history of job hopping, was in a terrible car accident, and on top of all of that, in trying to find work, had to figure out daycare for her youngest child. There was a lot stacked against her, but she persisted and eventually obtained a job as a legal clerk and played a critical role in bringing a class action lawsuit against PG&E for water contamination in Hinckley, California. In fact, this lawsuit was historical. PG&E paid out $333 million, the largest settlement ever paid in a direct action lawsuit in the United States. What do all of these people have in common? Each one of these single parents struggled both financially and emotionally while trying to take care of 1 or more children. But through resilience, hustle, and most of all, the love for their children, they kept going, they persisted until they made a better life for everyone. All of them have stated in one way or another that it was their life as a single parent that helped fuel the strength and motivation to succeed. I want for all of you to know that if they did it, you can too. Who knows? We might see an inspiring movie about you one day. I know right now you're feeling inspired to smash that like button and hit subscribe so that we can hang out more. See you in the next video.